1019 KACQ.
Good afternoon. I'm Casey Chapman here with your local Lampasas area news. Yesterday was a very quiet day for LPD. Officers were sent out on a traffic hazard in the 1600 block of East Central Texas Expressway and had to cool off a disturbance in the 600 block of North Key. A report of a DWI was called in from the 1700 block of East Central Texas Expressway, which resulted in the arrest of 62-year-old Davis Thompson Lackey of Kingsland in the 100 block of Omnis for his third or more DWI. No arrests were made by the county. Lomita had a couple of animal complaints, a livestock issue. Kempner responded to an alarm, went out on a reported assault, and cleared a wreck. County deputies worked a fraud case, responded to a couple of alarms, swept up a wreck, and were sent out to Cove on a livestock issue. The burn ban goes back into effect today at 5. Stick around, more Lampasas local area news is coming up next.
Ran into an old friend the other day, lives in a town about 40 miles from here. Hadn't seen him in a long time, glad to renew the acquaintance. After talking old times for a while, I asked him why he was in town. Said he came here every so often, mostly to go to Hoffpower's Ranch and Supply to pick up feed or renew his feed contract. Really, I says, do they treat you right? Oh yeah, he says, I check around on prices here and they're right on down there on cattle feed, especially if you contracted. Store inside's pretty good too, he says. Get your blue jeans or a pair of boots if you need them. Better selection of clothes and ranch stuff too than you can find around here anywhere. Pretty good recommendation, I thought. Hoffpower's Ranch and Supply in Lampasas.
Go Badgers! KACQ 1019.
Lampasas high school students continue with remote learning this week after over 2% of the students and staff tested positive for the virus. Lampasas Superintendent Dr. Shane Rasco stated the decision for next week will be made on Friday after they look at the numbers again. All high school sports and practices have been canceled for the week. All other campuses and activities, though, will continue as normal. If you're wondering about the annual Christmas on the Creek and Carol of Lights, it's still a go. Although since the pandemic, there are a few minor changes to what you're used to. To see a full lineup of details, you can go to visionlampasas.org. Just a reminder that the Lampasas Fire Department's toy drive is underway. You can drop off unwrapped toys, cash at the fire department Monday through Sunday from 8 to 5. If you need help this Christmas, you can go to any of the local churches and pick up a form. The toys will be handed out on Friday the 19th from 7 to 11 at the fire department. Pandemic shopping could mean more online scams. COVID has forced many shoppers online, with scams are on the increase.
The coronavirus restrictions and the fears about crowds have a growing number of people using the internet for their Christmas shopping this year, and the bad guys know it. Jason Meza with the Better Business Bureau in Texas says they predict a spike in fraud reports this holiday shopping season.
Those sites are designed to take your money, plus they emerge and they disappear quickly. So by the time we get the reports, they've already moved on.
That's why he suggests buying everything on a credit card this year, so there is another layer of protection. Michael Board, TSN News.
And speaking of scams, vaccine scams are on the increase. The federal agency that normally fights to control cross-border crime and illegal immigration is now working to protect against counterfeit coronavirus vaccines. ICE Assistant Director Matt Allen says they know that the bad guys are making preparations also.
As the country prepares to launch vaccines, we suspect our criminal adversaries are also getting ready to up their game.
Since the first of the year, counterfeit N95 masks and COVID testing kits have been smuggled in from Mexico. ICE has already opened more than 760 investigations.
And in sports, no high school sports this week while remote learning is in effect. We'll find out on Friday what it looks like for next week. The middle school boys take on Taylor this Thursday on home courts and tip-offs at 5 and 6. Middle school girls will be in Taylor.
For your COVID-19 update, Texas added another 2,000 active cases of the virus since yesterday, bringing the total to over 186,000. We're over 21,000 fatalities statewide so far, but over 962,000 Texans have recovered, and that number is up 12,000 since yesterday.
Around the region, compared to Sunday, Bell County is steady with 8,443 total cases. Coryell County revised their numbers down 28 to 2,527, with 231 of those being active cases inside the Cove City limits. Burnett jumped up 17 with 1,429. Mills holding at 145. San Saba added 7 with 311. And Hamilton up a couple at 296 total cases. Remember that the number of total cases also includes those who have recovered. Here locally, as of this morning, Lampasas County is reporting 54 active cases in the county, bringing the number of total cases to 588, including 12 fatalities. 4 remain hospitalized at this time.
You'll have mostly clear skies for you tonight, with temperatures bottoming out at 40, with some south winds between 5 to 10 miles per hour. A 20% chance of showers for you tomorrow, mainly before noon. Mostly sunny with temps reaching 56. Cloudy later in the night with temperatures falling to 31. And a mostly sunny day on Thursday with a high near 50, cloudy later in the night with a low of 30. This is Allison Pope with your local Lampasas area weather. Have a good day.
Thank you to our viewers. We will see you again tomorrow. I'm Casey Chapman here with your local Lampasas area news.
1019 KACQ.